Hello everyone. So last week we learned about solving systems of linear equations by graphing and by substitution. And today we are going to learn the final method of solving by elimination. Okay? So we have a couple of steps that we must follow in order to solve by elimination. Our very first step is to line up our matching variables vertically. Okay, so if we look at example 1, we want our x's to line up vertically, and we want our y's to line up vertically. Okay, and then one variable in each of our equation must have the same number. Okay, do my x's have the same number? No. Do my y's have the same number? Good, they're both 2. But they must also have opposite signs, so one of them must be a plus, the other must be a negative, which, as you can see, we have. Okay? The whole purpose of this is so that these terms can cancel out. That's what we want. Okay? We are eliminating one of our variables. Okay? Then it says we are going to add the equations. Okay? So what this means is that we are going to draw our line, and we are just going to add. So what is x plus 2x? That's going to give us 3x. And then we have 2y plus a negative 2y, which is going to give us 0. And then 13 plus a negative 4 is going to give us 9. Okay, so we have 3x equals 9. From this step to this step, all I did was get rid of that 0 because we don't actually need it. Okay? And then we are going to divide both sides by 3. And so x equals 3. Alright, so we solve for x. And now we need to plug in our answer and solve for the other variable. Now it does not matter which equation you use to plug in or substitute your x equals 3. Okay, so I'm just going to do the top one because why not? Alright, so we have 3 plus 2y equals 13. Okay, now notice we solved for the x, so in our second equation, we should be solving for y. So we should only have one letter in our second part, and it should be y. Okay, so now subtract 3 from both sides, so we get 2y equals 10, and then we are going to divide by 2, so then y equals 5. And we can write the coordinate point 3, 5, because remember, x always goes first. Doing okay? Alrighty, so that was our very first example, so now let's try number 1 together. Alright? So first check to make sure that your variables line up vertically, which we have. Okay? Then check to make sure that one of your variables has the same number. Well, 3 and 8 are not the same number, so that's not going to work. But 2 and 2 are the same numbers. And then make sure that they have opposite signs. Okay? We have a negative and a positive. So we're good to go. So now we're going to add them. So 3 plus 8 will give us 11x, and then negative 2 plus 2 will give us 0, equals 8 plus 14 will give us 22, I believe. Yep, 22. Okay, so then 11x equals 22. We're going to divide by 11, so x should equal 2. All right. And now it doesn't matter which equation we use, we're going to substitute in our x equals 2 into one of these two equations. I'm just going to use the top one because why not? So if you noticed everywhere there was an x, I put this 2 and I got rid of the x that was there. So 3 times 2 is going to give me 6 minus 2y equals 8. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. So then my 6's will cancel, and I'll get negative 2y equals positive 2. We're going to divide by negative 2. So y equals negative 1. So then our coordinate point is going to be 2, -1. We doing okay? Alrighty, let's try the next one then. So make sure that your variables match up vertically, which we have W's and we have Z's, so we're good. Make sure that one of your variables has the same number with opposite signs. So same number, opposite signs. Alright, so then we can just go ahead and add them. So 4W minus 4W is going to give us 0. 5Z minus 6Z is going to give us a -Z. And then 12 minus 16 is going to give us -4. Okay? So we have -Z equals -4. Am I allowed to have a negative letter? Nope. So we're just going to change the signs of everything so that -Z becomes positive and this -4 also becomes positive. Okay? Alrighty, so now, next step, we are going to substitute our Z equals 4 into one of our equations. Once again, I'm just going to use the top one. You are more than welcome to use this bottom one. I don't care, it will not change the answer. I'm just using the top one because why not? Okay, so everywhere there was a Z, I put a 4. So 4W plus 20 equals 12. We're going to subtract 20 from both sides. So 4W equals, what's 12 minus 20? Hopefully you guys said -8. We're going to divide by 4. So W equals -2. Okay? Now, since we are not dealing with X's and Y's here, these do not have a coordinate point answer. Okay? Because we only do coordinate points when we're talking about X and Y. Alrighty then, are there any questions on 1 or 2? If there are, pause your video, rewatch it. If you still have questions, please ask me now. Alright, for those of you who do not have any questions, let's move on. Alrighty, so the sum of two numbers is 22. Alright, first of all, what does sum mean? Sum means add. Okay? Do we know what those two numbers are? No, we don't. What do we do when we don't know what a number is? We put a variable, okay? Am I going to have two of the same variables, like x plus x? No. Of course not, because the numbers are going to be different. So we're going to have x plus y equals, what does the sum equal? 22. Alright? And then their difference is 14. What does difference mean? Difference means subtract. So I'm going to have x minus y equals 14. Okay? Do you guys remember that? Alright. So then we check to make sure that our letters line up, which they do. And then we check to see if they have the same numbers in front. Remember, these are all secret ones. And then check to make sure that you have opposite signs. So my y's have +1 and -1. Okay, so that works out. Alrighty, so I think we're good now. Sorry, I had to pause because of reasons. But anyway, we are adding. So we have x plus x, which is going to give us 2x. And then +y minus y is going to give us that 0. And then 22 plus 14 is going to give us 36. Okay, so we have 2x equals 36. We are going to divide by 2 so that x equals 18. Alright, so now I'm just going to take my x equals 18 and I'm going to substitute it into one of these two equations. It does not matter which. So 18 plus y equals 22. I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides so that y equals, what do you think? It equals 4. Good. All right. So then let's check to make sure that we did this right, okay? Because the sum of two numbers is 22. So 18 plus 4, what does that give you? Gives you 22. All right, what about 18 minus 4? Good, it gives you 14. So check, we did this right. Alrighty, then let's try the next one. The difference of two numbers is 18, okay? Difference, what did that mean? It meant subtract. So x minus y equals 18. And their sum is 30. What was sum? It was addition. So x plus y equals 30. Alright, so we can just go right on ahead and add these guys. So we get 2x plus 0 equals 48. 2x equals 48. Divide by 2, so x equals 24. And then, just to show you that it works for all of them, I'm going to substitute it into the second equation now. So 24 plus y equals 30. I'm going to subtract 24 from both sides. So y equals 6. Okay, let's check to make sure that this actually worked. So 24 minus 6, because remember we're doing the difference. Good, it equals 18. And then 24 plus 6 does in fact equal 30. So check. Alrighty, let's try number 2. Y more than x equals 20. Okay, so this one is a little bit trickier because remember, more means add, but than means switch. Okay, so we're switching the order in which we read it, because reading here, y comes before x, right? Because it says y and then it says x. But because it says than, when we write it, it's going to be x plus y equals 20. Okay? And then the exact same thing for over here. Less means subtract, but than means switch. So y less than x. So we're going to put x minus y equals 10. Okay? Alrighty. So now we can add them. So 2x plus 0 equals 30. 2x equals 30. Divide by 2. So x equals 15. Doesn't matter which equation we substitute x into. So 15 plus y equals 20. We're going to subtract 15 from both sides. So y equals 5. All right. So then let's check our answers. We have 15 plus 5, which equals 20, and 15 minus 5 equals 10, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay. Alrighty. Let's check out the back then. The back is full of practice problems, okay? So let's do these practice problems and then you guys can work on Delta Math, okay? Alrighty. So automatically we can go ahead and add. So we get 0 minus y equals 3. So we have negative y equals 3. But we can't have a negative letter, so y equals negative 3. Okay? So then, pick which one you want to substitute it into. I'm going to do 3x plus 8 times negative 3 equals negative 3. I just picked the first one again. I will probably always pick the first one. So 3x minus 24 equals negative 3. We're going to add 24 to both sides to get 3x equals 21. Divide by 3, so x equals 7. Okay, so then our answer is going to be 7, -3. Alright, for the next one, you can go ahead and add, because x minus x will give you that 0, plus 2y equals 0. So 2y equals 0. So we are going to divide by 2. So y equals 0. And we're going to substitute it in. So I have x plus 6 times 0 equals -9. So x equals -9. And then our answer is -9, 0. Okay? Alrighty. For number 3, again, we can just go ahead and add them because our numbers are the same with different signs. So 0 plus 0 equals 8. So we have 0 equals 8. Is this true? Does 0 equal 8? Nope. So no solution. Okay, because 0 does not equal 8. So there's no solution. Because if you recall back when we were graphing, if we have no solution, that means that these two lines are parallel. Okay? Alrighty. So then let's do number 4. Go ahead and add them to get 0. And then we have -15y equals what should be -15. So -15y equals -15. Divide by -15. So y equals 1. Pick which one you want to substitute in. So -8x minus 8 times 1 equals -24. All I did was multiply -8 times 1 to get -8. Then we're going to add 8 to both sides. Get -8x equals -16. Divide by -8. So x equals +2. So our coordinate point is 2, 1. Alrighty. Once again, we can go ahead and add because the numbers in front of our x's are the same and they have different signs. So we have 0 minus 4y equals 4. So -4y equals 4. We're going to divide by -4 on both sides. So y equals -1. Then we are going to substitute our -1 into one of these equations for y. So I have -x plus 6 times -1 equals -2. -x minus 6 equals -2. We're going to add 6 to both sides. So -x equals +4. But remember, I can't have a -x. So I just need to change my signs. So then for this problem, we have -4, -1. Alright, last one, and then you guys get to work on delta math. Okie dokie. So, numbers in front of our x are the same with a different sign. Okay? So, we have 0 minus 4y equals -4. So, -4y equals -4. Divide both sides by -4. So, y equals +1. And then, pick which equation you want to use to substitute in your 1. So -3x minus 9 equals 3. We're going to add 9 to both sides. You get negative 3x equals 12. Divide both sides by negative 3. So x equals negative 4. So then, final answer, negative 4, 1. And we did it! You guys just learned about elimination. So now I want you guys to work on delta math. Alright, have fun, guys.